President of the United States.
See that guy standing next to the president? You know, the one that looks like a butler? His name was Don Regan, the chairman of Merrill Lynch. Regan then became White House Chief of Staff as the president started to fade.
Then they should give the president what 43 governors have, a line item veto. And
Who tells the president to speed it up? The man from Merrill Lynch, that's who.
The handler. Watch this guy's facial expressions as he speaks to the president, and watch his utter disdain he shows for nothing but a puppet. Interviews. Every single interviewer is a handler, and every question is scripted. Interviewers, or handlers, are trained to handle the situation in case an interview doesn't go as planned, or the puppets say the wrong thing. Interviewers and puppets are trained and groomed to answer and ask prearranged questions in a very specific way. But no matter how trained the puppet is, there are certain cues revealed by body language and facial expressions that cannot be hidden. It always reveals the emotions, deceptions, and fear, but the public would never notice it because they aren't looking for it.
There's a group of women in the audience that wish you would.
No.
Girls?
Whoa. All right.
Sorry. Yeah, that's okay.
Can you maybe I should take off the hoodie.
Take off the hood.
Go ahead.
You want
What
to?
the hell?
You want? Go ahead. Here. Let me get someone. You all right?
Body language is key. Learn to pay attention to cues. Even the groomed puppets cannot completely hide deceptions and emotions.
What is it? Making the
world more open and connected.
Oh my God! It's like a secret
Cool.
cult. Look at that! Making the world open and connected. Stream graph platform, and this weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati.
Now let's take a look at the super genius, Elon Musk.
The boost stage, which is about 70% of the cost of the rocket. So
Which cost is that? How much is that?
well, I mean, it's sort of on the order of $30 to $35 million.
Right.
When somebody is retrieving a memory, they look to the right. When somebody is creating a fiction, they look up and to the left.
Do you think that Palantir has ever scraped data from Facebook?
Senator, I'm not aware of that.
That is the look of shame and deception as he looks down and to the left. Why parade puppets and pretend these are their private sector companies? One reason is to hide what these companies really are.
You said back then that Facebook would always be free. Is that still your objective? Well, if so, how do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Because they are subsidized by the U.S. government. Subsidize, verb, pay part of the cost of producing something to reduce prices for the buyer. For example, the government subsidizes basic goods including sugar, petroleum, and wheat. These companies and many, many more are subsidized by the U.S. government, meaning they are one with the government, but that is how they get around laws and constitutions, by supporting companies that are supposedly in the private sector. What are some other companies you would know that are subsidized by the U.S. government? Walmart. More companies than you would ever know are subsidized by the U.S. government. Ever ask yourself how a company like Walmart can stay in business and turn a profit when they sell items for next to nothing, far below the minimum price any other business could charge to stay afloat, and offering free shipping on top of that with what the true shipping costs actually are? The answer is subsidization. One main reason to have Walmarts all over the country empty or full? Not for internment camps for something the government will cause, but for the staging area of pre-EMCO events, for where they will need to round people up in the event that society collapses.
Zuckerberg, would you be comfortable sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
No.
If you've messaged anybody this week, would you share with us the names of the people you've messaged?
Senator, no, I would probably not choose to do that publicly here.
I think that may be what this is all about.
These hearings, yet another play to distract people so they'll think that the government is actually trying to limit the sharing of personal information, when the government is actually the one collecting it. We are supposed to believe that this guy is a super genius that runs all these important companies.
Everyone in this room is inspired by you. Who are you inspired by?
Well, Kanye West, obviously. So what do you say?
So you want to save that?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I tell my team, it's like, imagine there was a pallet of cash that was plummeting through the atmosphere.
I think Mars should really have great bars. The Mars bar. Sorry.
How do you plan a business where you know, the rocket business, you know some of these things are going to blow up on the launch pad? How does the business plan work?
I don't really have a business plan.
And if you're in space, wings are not very useful because there's no air. And then if you want to go somewhere other than Earth, there's also no runways.
Must remember.
The real life Tony Stark?
What would be your mediocre superpower? Now, this is absurd to ask you because Tony Stark is partially modeled after you.
Right.
So you actually are sort of have real. So we are going to ask you to
He doesn't technically
downgrade.
have a superpower, I guess, except like inventing technology or something.
Right.
Young people globally want to be like Elon Musk.
Young people globally want to be like Elon Musk. What's your advice to them?
Movies about these, quote, geniuses' lives back up the false illusion that you can be anything and become a billionaire too. With these fictional backstories, they sell the narrative of how these geniuses rose to become financial giants. Movies like Iron Man back up the false story of Elon Musk and his companies. Made-for-TV movie Pirates of Silicon Valley back up the false narrative of Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. The movie The Social Network backs up the false narrative of Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. Steve Jobs got his own movie titled Steve Jobs to back up his false narrative, just to name a few. These are supposed to be based on true stories, and in people's minds that see these movies, they cannot decipher between truth and fiction. Musk reveals the truth about his life as a puppet and the strain it causes a person to live a lie completely under the controller's thumb.
Young people globally want to be like Elon Musk. What's your advice to them?
Yeah, it's not as much fun being me as you'd think. I don't know.
You don't think so?
No, I'm not sure I would. I'm not sure I want to be me.
Okay.
Elon Musk and other puppets play parts in movies and TV because they do the same thing in life, just playing a part. They are all actors.
There you go. You gotta be kidding me.
Sorry?
You're Elon Musk. I am?
You have a 9:30 dinner.
Perfect. I'll be there at 11. Is this us?
Absolutely. It can be.
Great. Make it us.
Okay. Mr. Musk, how are you?
Congratulations on the promotion.